Hi there. As an entrepreneur, you've got a good experience in the market. Apply all management knowledge you've got and know that even such learnings promise everybody a dominant position in the market. This only happens to some. You have the feeling that other people fly high while you struggle with sort of same problems without knowing exactly what to do so to get a significant competitive advantage. You may have heard about the strength of some solid brand that grows year after year and effortlessly eliminates competition, but you might be thinking that you are far too small for such a thing and that you couldn't do that by yourself while there are so many in the market offering such services for loads of money. Well, this is for you if you are an entrepreneur who understands the power of a solid brand, but for various reasons did not give enough thought to building his own brand until now. It also is for you if you have already started the process and are in search of information to help you understand how to measure the progress you made so far and how to get the soar you need to finalize faster defining your brand identity and get that decisive competitive edge you so much need. By going through this presentation, you will be able to actually build your company brand identity by yourself. All you need would be your sincere desire to become absolutely remarkable in the market. I am Carmen Kochorova, an expert in industrial property, and I would recommend you take 7 simple steps towards your unassailable brand. Shall we start? Please take a piece of paper and something to write with because we're about to go through an important exercise. I'll wait a bit so you grab your pen and paper. Okay, step 1 invites you to answer 4 questions regarding your company and its activity. In today's business landscape, companies search for new ways to connect to their customers, using emotion as a vehicle and targeting long-term relationships with them in which the brand is positioned as a faithful friend, constant in providing reliable quality products and services, and irreplaceable over the years, as opposed to being a mere occasional stop for that customer. This is especially true since today the way a brand is perceived by the public overwhelmingly determines its overall success. Recently, studies and reports show that a business is nowadays as solid as its brand and respective trademark are. A solid brand uses graphical representations, illustrations, distinctive visual suggestions chosen so to serve a precise purpose, language and mental associations meant to encourage customers to identify with the brand, trust it, and be personally convinced that it stands for a much better value than the rest of the brands in the same market. But how could you make a client recognize himself in your brand and value your brand the most amongst all the other actors in the market when you don't know precisely what makes you different and better than your competition? So please try to answer the 4 questions. 1. Which are the most significant differentiators of your business in the market? Which is the fundamental need it serves? 2. Which are your clients' loves, hates, needs, and aspirations? Where is the client to be found? 3. What unsolved problems does the client have for which you can provide the solution? Does he expect a solution like yours, or he should understand it first, and for this you should educate him beforehand? 4. Which would be the most natural and adequate way in which the information about you and your solution to his problem should reach him. Step 2. I was saying that the big brands strive to breed emotional connections in the long run amongst the brand, the values it conveys, and the client. The most successful businesses fall into one of these categories of deeply human values. As such, they align the visual part, the brand colors, the messages, the communication channels, and all the rest of brand composing elements to one of the distinct profiles in the picture you see. The experts also say that misalignment of your company values as against any of the 5 values you see, as well as sending messages irrespective of that specific core value, shall result in business failure in the long run. Kindly take some moments to classify and decide on the fundamental value out of the 5 you see that your business serves. Step 3. The identity of a brand appeals to senses and emotions. It raises the degree of recognition of your company, enhances the differentiation as against the competition, and operates as a vehicle for the ideas you want to convey to the public. Through your brand identity, you reunite the separate elements into a whole, coherently and systematically. To make it work, you need to anticipate and make use of any opportunity to educate the public on why choosing your products and services over the competition ones, your trademark over all the rest of similar trademarks available. It is compulsory that you use every occasion in which your trademark gets into contact with the public to convey a unique message which should be both clear and coherent. The name of your brand should be chosen with a view to the future. It shouldn't easily get out of fashion. Instead, it should be easy to be pronounced, look fine in written messages in the communications, and never invite to irony or pejorative remarks that could dilute its meaning. It would be advisable that it was conceived in a modular way so that to allow later developments in respect to the future evolution of your business. Think of your ideal client's preferences and compose a brand name which appears as both attractive and smart to him in the first place. It would be equally important to check with a trademark attorney the availability of that brand name for registration as a trademark with a view to protect it. It would be a pity not to do that. At the same time, please also check the availability of the internet domain name identical with your chosen brand name. It would be baffling to your clients that you promoted a brand name which is non-retrievable on the web as a domain name. Do not lose sight of that detail. Step 4. Commencing with the first pages where we have defined the essential features of your brand and uncovered its personality, joyful, waggish, or on the contrary, conservative and strict, depending on the value it shares as a primary message, we go further towards formulating the essential message to the target audience within the market segment of interest to us. This message shall be our tagline, whose role is to differentiate us from the messages sent by our competition in the same market. The tagline should be general enough so that we inspire, warm up hearts, and invite to projections over the future time. Again, one should check with a trademark attorney its availability for registration along with the trademark name. If well chosen, the tagline may set trends and be cherished over time with the same emotion. Step 5. Investments in building your brand need to be protected through registration of both the name and tagline, shape of products, packaging, a particular audio jingle, and the list may go on, as trademarks of products and services. The steps to take for the registration of a trademark before the State Office for Inventions and Trademarks in Bucharest or EU-IPO in case of an European protection need to be integrated into the whole process of building the brand identity, so to manage correctly and in time all the aspects connected to the objects of protection, the territories of the respective markets, legal compliance with the industrial property law, and the costs involved. The registered trademark lasts for a 10-year period and can be renewed, basically for an unlimited time with some tax payment in front of OSIM or EU-IPO. It brings about a monopoly in favor of its owner, through which the latter can, amongst others, forbid others to import products with potential harmful effects on his trademark rights. Step 6. The brand, once created, needs to be communicated clearly, coherently and positively whenever it meets the client, media, professional associations, banks, suppliers, investors, and even the competition. The care for an effective brand communication needs to consider on each and every occasion the ways of creating a memorable experience for the person in contact with the brand. Every detail is important. The pitches at fairs and exhibitions, at conferences, the website, the company blog, the email messages, the letters and headers, billboards, business cards, the car fleet of the company, the official signatures of the employees, packagings for the products, the image in the social media, and last but not least, the verbal comments, post-meeting comments of all those who enter in contact with the brand. As very well said by the branding expert Martin Neumeyer, your brand is not what you say it is, it's what they say it is. Step 7. The brand is not a static, abstract notion. It's alive, it evolves, enriches itself, and grows along with the business. Many times, as an intangible asset, it gets to outvalue the tangible assets of the company. It requires careful breeding and direction so to serve the ultimate goal of the business, set the desired emotional connection with the clients, and nurture a rich relationship with them in the long run in such a way that the brand becomes irreplaceable to its target public. I would be gladly at your disposal with any sort of details you might need on building your brand identity and registering your trademarks. I am at a phone call distance and I'll be really happy to hear from you. Thank you.